Hi there, and welcome to week 4 of our weight loss challenge. This is Marcelo, your virtual personal trainer and fitness nutrition coach. If you're watching this video, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you for making it this far. So you're a rock star. Yay, kudos. Okay, so I don't have to mention this again, that everything that I'm going to share with you is for education purposes only. This is not your personalized weight loss program, because if you have food allergies or dietary restrictions, you must consult a registered dietitian to create a specific plan for your needs. Okay, so first thing first, let's do a little quick review of everything that we have seen so far. Okay, in week 1, this is the where to begin, right? The first thing to do is to clean your pantry, fridge, and freezer. Everything has to put it on the side. I'm not saying that you have to throw away food, but if you can put it in a box and take it to a shelter, a homeless shelter or something, or if you have kids and a spouse, okay, you are going to create your own healthy shelf and let them to eat the rest of the stuff. You cannot keep eating the same type of food that prevent you for accomplish your goal of losing weight, right? So I know you know this so far. The next step was be aware of your calories, because we have no idea how many calories, even if we always say, no, I don't eat much. Yes, trust me, we have no idea. We always play by ear, but we always go way over of the amount of calories that the body needs, right? For instance, ladies, 1,200 calories will be the minimum your body needs to perform with everything and right, function better, right? 12. A little bit more, give and take, the days that you work out, 1,400 calories, maybe 1,500 calories, depending on the person, size, height, different things, right? But more or less give and take, 1,200, 1,400, never less than 1,200, gents, 1,800 to 2,000, all right? So you have to be aware of how many calories you are eating approximately. How do we do this? Okay, you are going to multiply your body weight by 14. Some people say 15, 16, of course. If you're an athlete, it's gonna be different, but let's make it just an average, right? In between. No an athlete, no a person that never do anything, just in between 14. If your weight, ladies, is about, let's put an example, 160 pounds, you multiply that by 14, it will give you 2,240 calories, right? I mentioned before that your body will perform with 12 to 1,400 calories. We are all over 800 calories, right? I'm not saying that you have to shave 800 calories from one day to the next one, because it's going to be a drastically weight loss. We don't want to do that. But yes, you can always find 500 calories deficit per day. That's what we are always looking for. And those 500 calories deficit per day can be found in unhealthy foods plus some physical activity. Remember the 2-3 miles that you walk per day? That right there is 200 or 300 calories from physical activity. Now you eat 1 donut less, or the concoction coffee at Starbucks would be 200 or 300 calories. Right there you have 500 calories. Now repeat that technique for 7 days, and you will have at the end of the week 3,500 calories. That's equivalent to 1 pound. If you're consistent with that, you will be losing 1 pound per week without even putting too much effort. Okay, so again, multiply your body weight by 14 will give you a number. Try to start working on that number, getting lower and lower. If you keep eating the same amount of calories, you will not see any result. But if you go over, you will gain even more weight. So try to get those 2,200 by calorie deficit and get lower and lower and lower until you feel comfortable in between 1,200, 14, maybe 1,500 calories, right? So how do we do that? We need to rely on an app, right? Like MyFitnessPal. That way you track. You don't have to do it forever, but do at least in the beginning to create awareness, because that's the thing. We have no idea what we put in our body. So once you create awareness, oh, wow, that has a lot of calories. But this is a healthy item. Yeah, olive oil is healthy, but guess what? 1 tablespoon of olive oil is 100 calories. If you put 3 tablespoons that is very popular to put 3 tablespoons of olive oil in your salad, you already have 300 calories and you didn't add the other ingredients. So you have to be very cautious. That's why I always recommend everybody track your calories, even if it's a healthy item. Well, the quantity, it still has calories, so you have to be aware that it's a healthy item, but has calories as well. So 3 tablespoons of olive oil is a little bit too much in a salad. Okay, you got the idea. So you must use an app to track your calories. Once you have the awareness under control, you don't have to track anymore, right? The next thing was to adopt a low-carb diet. Yes, low-carb diet, the starchy carbs, the white pasta, white rice, cereal, we have to put that on the side. If you need to eat them, okay, small portion, whatever fit in the palm of your hand, try to do it during the day. Remember, because you still have a long day ahead, breakfast, lunch, okay, you can have your portion of starchy carbs, no big deal. You can burn it off later. But after 4 p.m., start cutting the starchy carbs, get more from the complex carb, the one that has high fiber, like a fruit and veggies, right? At dinner, please don't get pizza, pasta, and white rice at dinner because it's gonna be almost impossible to burn it off. We are going to bed in a couple hours and the body says, you know what? I'm going to store everything in fat. I'm tired of this, right? But if we do it during the day, early in the day, we have time to burn it off. Again, low carb diet is the way to go. For many other reasons, remember, we want to keep the blood sugar stable. Starchy carbs will spike the blood sugar. That is a no-no, right? So keep the blood sugar stable, low carb diet, and the body will tap into fat for energy. Wait. I'm coming to that one. The 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When people say, oh, 1,200 calories, too little. Have you ever tried 1,200 calories of whole foods? It's a lot. Unhealthy food, of course. One drive-through, it can have 1,500 calories. That's it. You ruin the whole day of tracking, right? But whole foods, 1,200, 1,400 calories is a lot of food. Trust me. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, no snacks. Try. But if you need to snack, remember, if it doesn't have protein, don't eat it. Snacks should be under 150 calories or lower, but try to get your snacks protein because protein satisfies hunger better than refined carbs and fats, right? So protein. And the last one in week 1, yes, I know all the good stuff, right? People hate me when we go to that area. Sugar, processed food, and alcohol. And some people sometimes get mad and they say, well, I cannot eat anything and then. Yeah, you're right. You cannot keep eating the same type of food that you have been eating if you are serious about losing weight. That's why I'm giving you this challenge. Try for 4 weeks. Try for 4 weeks and you will see the result in only 4 weeks if you cut those 3 poisons of the waistline: sugar, processed food, and alcohol. I will not go into those topics again because we already reviewed in week 1. Okay, now, that I know it's a lot. Week 1 is a big slap in the face. I have to change everything. Okay, little by little. Now, you are going to keep doing that from week 1 through the entire challenge, right? We are not done yet, right? So, but in week 2, we have some add-ons. It's not an add-on, but it's just a reminder that the 3 main areas of any weight loss would be, for us, would be the low-carb diet I already mentioned before to keep the blood sugar stable, avoid spiking. The body will tap in the second source of energy. Remember, carbs was the first source of energy. Well, when we don't have enough carbs in our body, the body will tap into the second source of energy, which is fat. We all have some fat stored somewhere. We have to let the body use that storage of fat. Low-carb diet is the way to go. The second way that the body uses fat as fuel is by practicing overnight intermittent fasting. I told you before, this is optional because you have to consult your physician if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding or if you have any health issues, you cannot do overnight intermittent fasting. There are many ways to practice intermittent fasting, but the way that I like is the overnight. Why? Because most of those hours you are going to be sleeping. Okay, when the body practice intermittent fasting has many, many, many benefits, but one of them is that the body tap into fat for fuel. Bingo, it's the second way that the body tap fat for fuel, right? And the third one, the third focus area is the physical activity. Something as simple as walking daily. Just go for a walk. If you don't have the time to go straight for 45 minutes, just do 15 in the morning after lunch, after breakfast, 15 after lunch, and 15 minutes after dinner. That's 45 minutes. You might get a lot of steps, 3 miles at least, depending how fast you walk. But the walking, a low intensity cardio, the body will tap into, yes, fat for fuel. Bingo. If you practice those traits and you are consistent, you will see how your body will start shifting or switching, or you will see better looking in your clothes. Okay, so those are the three main areas. And then we move to the of the supermarket. Very simple. Avoid the bakery aisle and the ice cream, of course. Otherwise, you're going to sabotage all your progress. Go straight to the produce and load the cart with fruit and veggies. Okay, and then the low-fat dairy. Go for low-fat cheese, low-fat if you are milk and lactose intolerant. You know, there are so many options today. Like we like almond milk, but soja, and many others. I will not go into all of them, but you got the point, right? So, and then the lean proteins. The lean protein, poultry, could be turkey or chicken, skinless. And then, of course, fish, all type of fish, eggs. And at the end, you know, lean meat. Meat has a lot of red meat. Red meat has a lot of cholesterol, so that's why we'll put it at the end, mainly chicken and fish, or a Mediterranean diet. Well, that was for from the supermarket. At the same time that you are looking for in the aisle for your in items, start reading the nutrition label. Don't just grab things. Start reading the nutrition label and start comparing with other brands which one has the least amount of sodium, the least amount of sugar. Today, companies are fighting for shelf space. So today, we take that to our advantage. So remember, the least amount of sugar, 10 ingredients or less, not the nutrition label, where it says ingredient, 10 ingredients or less. The less ingredients, the closest to whole foods, right? If you see an ingredient that says high fructose corn syrup, forget it. Put that item away. That is poison, right? The high fructose corn syrups is mainly found in sodas and fruit juice. If you give your kids fruit juice, ouch, don't do it. Squeeze fresh fruit instead. Why? Because high fructose corn syrup is a made-up thing. It's a made-up. The body doesn't know how to metabolize that because it's, what is this? This is not coming from food that comes from animal and plants. The body doesn't know how to metabolize that, so it will store in fat. No wonder why we gain weight quickly when we drink sodas or fruit juice. It's for the among many other things. It's also for the high fructose corn syrup. Anyways, I don't want to get into too much because I get so excited sometimes I go over the branches. So you got me. The nutrition label is the add-on to everything that you've been carrying from week 1. And then how to handle sugar craving. That's a tough one, but hey, guess what? With practice, anything is possible. Remember, nobody was born with discipline or willpower. No, that's something that we build by practicing, by saying no, okay? So you can go back to week 2 and read those 5 strategies to manage sugar craving. But remember this, the sugar craving will come and go in waves, right? Come and go in waves. If I drink 1 glass of water and I wait 2 minutes, might do the trick, okay? Or, you know, if you didn't eat anything the whole day, okay, don't skip meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You should have those. Otherwise, of course, you're going to be hungry. And when we are hungry, we crave for sugar. Okay, enough with week 1 and 2. Everything that we are carrying, keep going now. Keep going. You cannot stop and do that only on week 1, and that's it. No, everything is in the same pile. I know it's a lot, but the more you practice this, the more confident you are going to become, and eventually It will become second nature. You don't have to think about these kind of things. Now, in week 3, the add-on was how to practice the mindset. The getting off track is going to happen. It's part of the process. The motivation doesn't last forever. We are going to be unmotivated, and when we fall off track, we feel bad, we feel guilty, we start having negative thoughts about ourselves. We are going to start self-criticizing, and that's not good. That is not good. So you have to stop, push the reset button, and get back on track quickly. Remember the professional skiers? They train for years, but even then they fall sometimes. But what do they do after? They just get back up and keep moving forward, okay? So don't feel guilty. Maybe it's not the situation that you've been through because you fell off. It's a wedding that you went, or you went on vacation, overate. And remember, family, friends come from out of town. We're going to restaurant. Many things. Maybe it was not your fault, but it's our responsibility to get back on track. Nobody else is going to do it for us. We have to do it, okay? So, and then on top of everything else that you are doing, you are going to be more disciplined with the meal planning. Why? Because that's going to save you, first of all, it's going to reduce the stress because you already have something healthy to eat. It's going to save you time and money. The drive-through, the takeout can be expensive. So just remember, cook once and eat twice. If you cook dinner, cook an extra portion to take next day lunch, okay? The substitutions. At this point, you have a lot of knowledge and skills about different type of foods. So easily, you can start finding substitution from the high-calorie product that you used to eat before, and now you try something new, and you like it. In the beginning, this is the thing, the taste buds change. Way before, many years ago, I didn't eat many veggies, but later on, I started adding more and more. Today, I found veggies that are delicious. And before I said, how come I can like this? Yes, you will, because the taste bud change with consistency, right? And then the inflammatory foods. Remember, there are food that create inflammation. You have to find out which they are and create elimination diet. If you eat refined carbs, eliminate. Refined sugar, eliminate. And some cooking oils, fried foods. Fried food definitely is gonna give you an inflammation. Eliminate. And alcohol. Yeah. Sometimes, unfortunately, alcohol is one of the most inflammatory type of food. You will see sometimes from the back, the person looks normal, from the front. Anyways, I don't want to get into too much detail, but you got the point. So now let's move on. Finally, week 4. And this week, we keep practicing everything that we have learned in week 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to talk about supplements, and we have to be very cautious about this. The weight loss injections, good, bad, the ugly. And then one of the most challenging things is controlling compulsive eating and drinking. And then we will wrap it up. Okay, so supplements. I know this is the last, 10, 20 years, I don't know, has been very popular. People are super busy. They think that supplements are going to be a meal replacement. Supplements are not a meal replacement. Protein shake is not a meal replacement. No matter what protein shake company wants to believe, it's not. Supplement is like the word says, it's a supplementation to the healthy eating, all right? It's not a meal replacement. Plus, supplements are not regulated by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. No, so manufacturer company didn't put anything in the supplements. Or sometimes make us believe that the supplement contains some items and they don't. We don't know. And in fine print, they always say, consult your physician before you consume this product. Supplements, I'm not saying that because you try a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you're going to have a kidney disease. No, but if you take supplement for many years, who knows when we reach advanced age, what's going to happen with kidneys and liver. You can do your own Google research about that. It's not healthy. So kidney and livers, the kidneys, the liver has to work extra hard to process that. That is not food. this organ has to work extra hard to process that. So minimize the supplement as much as you can. But what can I have instead? Have you heard about WholeFoods? Everything we need, food is medicine. Everything that comes from animal and plants, that's the medicine. That's the most potent type of vitamins, not the vitamin store. They use a molecule from this natural product to create a fake product, only has 30% of potency, and the rest is all fillers. Makes me mad this because a lot of people are tricked with this supplement, thinking that I cannot eat veggies. I will take 5 gummies. No, there's chemical. That's nothing for your body. You can never compare the real potency, vitamins and minerals coming from plants than the product that was made in a lab. No, no, no. Anyways, I don't want to go much into that. Let's talk about protein shake. It's super popular. Okay, let's say that you are not reaching your amount of protein per day. Okay, it's a supplementation to the healthy eating. You can have 20 to 25 grams of protein. This is the thing, the body can metabolize, everybody is different, but more or less, give and take, the body can metabolize up to 25 grams of protein, right? Some supplement companies, protein shake companies, come with a cup that is like a teacup. It's humongous, and they say 40 grams of protein in the front of the label, or 60 grams of protein. Oh my goodness, that's a killer. No wonder why people gain weight taking these protein shakes. Why? Because even if you have one of those humongous scoop of 40 grams of protein, because people think more protein, more muscle. No. The body will take only 25 grams, give and take, and the rest, where do you think the body is going to put it? Do you think it's going to be eliminated in your urine, like some multivitamins? That's the different story. No, it will be stored in some part in your body. So do me a favor, do your own research. How much protein, according to my height, weight, age, I don't know. It will find out how much protein you can. Now, if you need to put 100 grams of protein per day, your goal is that, yeah, you can do it, but try to spread out those amount of protein in breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe a few snacks, if you don't need to lose weight, okay? Let's say that you're a bodybuilder. Yeah, you need 150, 200 grams of protein. Are you going to have all of that at once? Maybe not. So you distribute all the amount of protein you need the whole day in different meals. Maybe you have 6, a bodybuilder will have 6 meals, but we are not talking about bodybuilders. We are talking about losing weight. You should have only 3 meals a day. Enough with the protein shake, you got the point, right? Don't fall for the trap that 40 grams or 1 scoop of 40 grams will give you more muscle. No, because you take maybe 20 to 25 and the rest will be stored in your body. Energy, sport drinks, I will not go into this because we already know that it's pure caffeine and pure sugar. So guess what? I'm an old-fashioned person. I don't recommend supplements, and I go for the holistic approach to eating and exercising, right? My life is more about holistic approach than chemicals. I don't put chemicals in my body unless I have to because I'm sick or what, the doctor knows better. But the point is, an energy drink, a pre-workout is mainly sugar and caffeine. Even if they say, no, 0 sugar, whatever. Remember, I told you to read for ingredient that says sorbitol, anything that finished with tol, or sucralose, anything that's sugar too. It's a fake type of sugar, right? But they don't say nutrition label, oh, 0 sugar. Yeah, no. If it's sweet, has sugar. And then the caffeine. Sometimes they put too much caffeine. This is the thing. Ladies, you can have up to 300 milligrams of caffeine per day. Gent, 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, right? 1 cup of coffee, 8 ounces of coffee is about 100 milligrams of coffee. You can have, guys, 4, ladies, 3. Sometimes those in one shot, they have 250 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot. That's two cups of coffee and a half in one shot, in one little container, right? Plus the sugar. That's a lot. If you need some lift me up thing, or get a cup of coffee if it's not too late at night. Get a cup of coffee. For me, a cup of coffee and a banana. That's my natural pre-workout. Has been forever. A banana, For the natural sugar, coffee for the caffeine, period. It works for me, okay? So the next one. So be careful with those items. Fat burners, that's another super popular item because, yeah, it cut the appetite, it make me eat less, but guess what? Those fat burners are loaded with amphetamines and caffeine that make people a little jittery, and they said, you must work out. Yeah, they say you have to work out because if you don't work out and take fat burners, you are going to be excited all day long. No wonder why, right? Let's say you take a fat burner at night. Do you think you are going to be able to sleep? Maybe not. If you have insomnia, tachycardia, hypertension, stop taking those fat burners because that's what it does to the body. It makes it jittery, okay? Creatine. Okay, this is the thing. I don't recommend supplements, but if I ever have to take a supplement, I will go for creatine. Why? Because all the rest of the other stuff can be found in natural food. Everything that the body needs to function better, to function, is in the natural food that come from animal and plants, no made in a lab, no. Creatine come in red meat. I don't eat much red meat because the amount of cholesterol, so I'm being very careful with the cholesterol, mainly at my age. I'm not young anymore, so I'm very cautious with the cholesterol. The creatine has been in the market from the 70s. Athletes in the 70s start trying creatine, and until today, after thousands and thousands of researches done, have found no side effect. Okay, but guess what? Has thousands and thousands of investigations and no side effect. Today, any new product coming in the market, people take it. Oh my goodness, no research at all, no nothing. It's because the marketing is so well done that make you believe that you need that product. No, don't do that. You never know what's kind of chemical reaction it's gonna create in your body. You don't know if gonna punish your body, your liver and kidneys. So be careful with these kind of things. I know that it's easier to take supplements because it's a placebo effect, make us believe that we need that because the marketing behind is so well done. Either athletes promoting it. I'm not an athlete, so why I'm going to take it? Supermodel, I want to look like her, but guess what? She doesn't take the product. She already had that body built in the gym for a long time, but all of a sudden she got a gig to promote this supplement. Bodybuilders promote supplements. It's not, and the kids believe that, I said, take this supplement, I'm gonna look like him. No, that bodybuilder take another type of juices to get those humongous bodies, but and then make us believe that this product you will look like them. It's a lot of light out there. So my friends, please do your own investigation before you take any supplement. As I mentioned at the bottom, look, the best hack in supplements is eat real food, no products, no chemicals. Somebody once said, if it came from a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't. Okay, enough with supplement. I know you're gonna hate me for this one now, but it's the truth. Weight loss injection. This has been very, very popular lately. A lot of the Kardashians, they use a well-known brand, Ozempic. Okay. Pros and cons. The pros. Yes, the semaglutide medication can help improve the blood sugar, stabilize blood sugar in people that suffer of diabetes type 2. Yes, it's good, but not for any other thing. No, I will tell you in a moment. The effectiveness. Yes, rapid weight loss. I was reading that it's about 8 weeks to 12 weeks. You start, seeing the weight coming down on the scale. But wait, just remember that, okay? Rapid weight loss. Too good to be true, right? Appetite suppression. Yes, because one of the mimicking of this semaglutide medication is the hormone that we have in our body, regulate with the appetite, we eat less. Yeah, we eat less, right? But the body has to keep functioning. The muscle has to keep functioning. And if we eat, we don't eat. What do you think is going to happen to the muscle? Hang in there. I'm going to tell you the truth in a moment. Non-surgical option, yes. Weighing back, I have met a lot of people, they cut their stomach in half just to eat less. Okay, yeah, but guess what? It creates side effects. Why? Because some of them, there are so many things that they cannot eat. And even if they drink something, it will give a side effect, a stomachache, so many side effects that they regret doing it. I don't know anybody that cut their stomach in half and they said, what's the best thing I have done in my life? Okay, before you do that, of course, you have to consult your physician. These injections is a less invasive approach, right? Okay, now, cons. You might think, what does have to do with weight loss? Well, just be careful because it's very tempting to get in these people that say, oh, I'm getting my injection of Ozempic. Ozempic is the most popular, but there are so many out there. Yeah, I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight. Yes. I understand. But what kind of weight are you losing? What kind of weight are you losing? When people say, I'm losing weight right in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. Okay, wait, hang in there. So like any drug that is taken for a long period of time, it will create side effect. It will create side effect. A drug should be temporary until you get better, and that's it. You get off of that drug, but not forever. It will create side effects like a hair loss, pancreatic cancer. Look at this one, loss of muscle mass and reduced bone density. Oh my goodness, everything that we are doing is to build muscle and strengthen the bone for longevity. Why I'm going to, no, this is nonsense. Injections have to be applied weekly. Some people are afraid of needles, like me. This is not convenient for me. I will have to get once of those injections every week. The cost, if the insurance approve because you have diabetes type 2 and you need it, okay, the insurance might pay for that, a portion. But guess what? A lot of people pay out of pocket, and these injections are expensive. At the moment, it's about $200 per week or more, depending on the brand, right? Could be costly. And then they always say you should be eating whole foods and doing a strength training program. Why? Because you're going to lose muscle. So you need to keep those muscle mass, build muscle mass while you're taking the injections, right? Well, but this is the thing. If I am going to eat healthy and do a weightlifting program, why do I need to take the injection? I go for the long run, safest and healthiest anyways. And then the last one, check this out. This work while the person is taking the medicine. The moment the person stops taking the medicine, yes. Have you heard about, oh, I lost weight by gaining it all back? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Only work during the time that a person is taking the medicine. When the person stops, that's it. It's because during that, we don't change our behavior. We don't change our mindset about how to eat healthy. We don't change. We just rely on the rapid weight loss for effectiveness. That's it. But the moment I stop, I go back to my old behavior and I'm going to gain all the way back. And that is a vicious cycle. I lose weight, I gain weight. I lose weight, I gain weight. My friends, do it the hard way, only one time, and you will be so proud of yourself for not starting over ever again. Okay, now I want to show you 2 pictures. What it looks like a person when they take semaglutide medication for rapid weight loss. Rapid, remember the word rapid weight loss? Yeah, what kind of weight are you losing? When I show you a picture, and I will show you a picture of the hard way, the one that takes maybe minimum 6 months to years to accomplish your ultimate tone and slim body, okay? Don't get impressed. But this is what it looks like. Weight loss with semaglutide medication and the hard way. Yes, rapid weight loss. Remember, if you don't eat, don't think that the person will just lose fat. How? 3 parts of that weight loss is muscle. That's why the person doesn't have any frame. It loses all the muscle. That is so hard to build. That's what it does when you don't eat. Sounds contradictory, but you have to eat to lose weight. You have to eat to lose weight. You have to eat the right stuff, right? So on the left is a person that did the rapid weight loss, had lost muscle mass a lot, you can tell, and it will, if the person stopped, it will gain everything back, and my God, I don't know what that body is going to look like. The person on the other side, that's the most difficult. People don't want to do that, but trust me, if you do that, you are going the right path for a healthy longevity. Everything, you are going to lose weight and tighten up. Lose weight, tighten up. That takes long time, but trust me, it's the best. Now, the picture on the left, plastic surgeon love people that are taking semi-gluten medication. And sometimes they promote the injection because they have, it's the same business, right? Anyways, I don't want to get into too much in this because it makes me super, super mad. But that's what happens when we don't eat and we go for the easy route. Easy come, easy goes. Do what is hard, and life is going to be easy, my friends. Okay, now enough with that. Let's move on. Almost done, almost done. I'm not mad. Just makes me mad the people that take advantage of others because they are desperate of losing weight. Okay, so now this is very difficult to manage, but with practice, anything is possible. Okay. Stress. We all have stress in our life. Stress will never go away, but we need to learn how to deal with stress. In life, it's not what happened to us, it's how we respond to the situation. So first of all, what is stress? It's the body reaction to changes, right? Yeah, I'm going to get married. Oh, yeah, nice. The wedding plan could be stressful. Oh, we bought a new house, bigger, front yard, backyard, awesome. Could be stressful, all the work that we have to do, and so on and so on and so on, right? So a little stress is good, but too much stress can bring side effects. The cortisol hormone is responsible for many things in our body, right? But also is responsible for the fight or flight reaction, right? So a little bit of stress is good because make us react. But when the stress is up and is maintained for a long time, that is the part that the cortisol hormone start getting the side effects. For instance, increased appetite. Have you ever been under stress and you are all of a sudden you are hungry and you devour anything that is in your path? Yeah. When I'm going to tell you this, you might think, what does stress have to do with weight loss? Yes, has a lot to do because we can eat healthy for the whole time, the program. We can exercise, walking and lifting weights, even both. We can do everything right, sleeping 7 to 9 hours, drinking a lot of water, doing everything. But one moment of stress can sabotage all that progress in just one moment. So that's why we have to learn about how to deal with this or manage stress, okay? So under stress, the cortisol level will go crazy and, you know, it's gonna be all over the place. You say, what's going on here? Because the stress level is too high and we maintain that for a long time, it will create side effects. Increase the appetite. The cortisol hormone is responsible to fat burning, but guess what? It will shift from fat burning to fat storing, okay? Of course, it will increase the blood pressure. If you're under stress, if you have a very stressful day at work, you might not be able to sleep. I don't know, or any other situation. It will disrupt maybe sleep pattern. The next day you feel so tired and fatigued and the day is not the same. It's all because of stress. And then trigger excessive eating and drinking. Unfortunately, sometimes when we're under stress, we take it with food, sugar, because the dopamine says, okay, give me something that will give me pleasure, something rewarding. I have been at work all day long with my boss in my back and pushing me. I need some relax. So give me sugar. The dopamine says, thank you. This is what I need. No, but you don't need that. Or drinking. Sometimes people find that in alcohol, it will give them the pleasure that they need because they have a very stressful day at work. So that's why we have to understand how the stress works in our body. Once we know that we are getting stressed about something, sometimes we don't know where the stress is coming from. So we have to investigate where the stress is coming from so I can address that when the time arrives, right? Okay, there are different ways that the stress will come. There are many ways, but these are the most popular. Time management, right? If I'm late all day long, every time I go somewhere, I'm always late, it's gonna be stressful. Working home, my boss again is super demanding. At home, I haven't done the laundry in 2 weeks. The pile of laundry or maybe the pile of things in the sink could be stressful. Relationship, spouse, partner, I don't want to get into that. The health, maybe I got injured or I'm not sleeping well, can be stressful. And finances would be another one that is very stressful. Okay, now, once I do a little research, where the stress is coming from, I have to prevent when the stressors arrive. I need to create a plan, right? Like a meal planning, remember? We are going to eat healthy because we plan in advance. Okay, same thing with the stress management. Maybe I'm a person, I always say yes to everything. If I already have enough on my plate, why I keep saying yes? You have to learn to say no, unless it's very important to you, right? But you have to start saying no. You already have enough. How come you can keep saying yes? I know it's hard to say no, but you have to learn. Don't be the yes man like the Jim Carrey in the movie, right? No, you have to start saying no. Start practicing the big no. Now, share work with others. Again, you might have too much on your plate. Start delegating. Ask your spouse, your kids, if they can help with some chores around the house. Or maybe you have a new project at home. Ask a co-worker, he can help you with that, but delegate. Don't get all that into you. Set reasonable goals. That's another one that sometimes we say, you know what, I want to lose 20 pounds in a month. 20 pounds of what? Remember the lady on the left? You don't want to look like that. So maybe you had to extend your deadline for weight loss. Okay, well, I didn't lose my 20 pounds yet. Don't worry, maybe by the next 20 weeks, whatever. But just be reasonable. Make a schedule realistic. Don't schedule something that takes an hour or two for 30 minutes. Of course, it's going to be stressful, okay? Create a to-do list that is manageable. For instance, we in the to-do list, sometimes we have a pile of like ingredients in a donut, right? Mismatch. So come up with 10. Come up with 10 items in your to-do list and take care of the top 3. The rest can wait. Or even better, in 10 items, create 2 columns. One column with 5 has to be taken care right away, and the other 5 can wait, okay? Just practice. And again, get organized. It will save you time, money, same as meal planning. Always try to, and the cooking, cook once and eat twice. Don't cook every single day, try. Or I don't mind to eat leftovers, so cook once, eat twice. Or, if you're always late, prepare yourself in advance. Let's say there is a construction right outside my house. Of course, there is going to be delay with the traffic. I will leave a little early. It's all about organization. It's all about avoiding stress. Prevention. It's all about prevent stress, okay? Now, you're already stressed out. The prevention didn't work. What do you do? Okay, so now be aware of the stress level. Reaction in the moment. I'm already stressed out. And I had to be aware, okay, the stressor came from, I don't know, I'm late. Again, I'm never late, but just in case. It's an example. Okay, take 10 deep breaths. Because the breathing, believe it or not, there are so many ways to practice breathing, but the most popular is the inhale in 1 and exhale in 7. Count, more or less. Inhale in 1, big inhale, and release slowly, right? This is the thing. When we're under stress, our blood pressure increase, our heartbeat increase, and the muscles get tight, right? When we start breathing slowly, guess what? The blood pressure get lower, the heartbeat get lower, and the muscles start getting more flexible. So that's why we practice the deep breathing 10 times. Or if you are going to buy something way expensive, take 10 deep breaths. Now, that's another story. Okay, maintain a positive attitude. Okay, think about all the things in your life that money cannot buy. How about that? Okay, maintain a positive attitude. Maybe you are thankful for your family, your healthy kids. You know, you don't have to walk around in a wheelchair. You know, you don't have to walk around with a white long stick and a dog on the side. You're enjoying good health. Okay, be positive. Yeah, we are under stress, but guess what? Sometimes when we see how others have to live with difficulties, either physically, mentally, or I don't know, it makes us feel like, you know what, I'm super stressed, but look at that guy. Sometimes I see a guy, no, sometimes there is a guy at the gym that goes in wheelchair. He's super happy to be at the gym, working up upper body. He's transferring himself from the wheelchair to the benches and do his own things. Sometimes I offer help. I know the guy, but sometimes we complain, leg day, leg day, leg day. You know what? This guy would give anything for a leg day. So I know sometimes we're stressed about things, but start thinking about other things, positive mental attitude, or how blessed you are for having blessed things that the money cannot buy. Okay, I don't want to get into much on that. Reach out to people for help. Don't be afraid to ask help. Sometimes we are so, I don't want to ask for help. Yes, you must. Otherwise, how are you going to get through that stressful moment? Sometimes we cannot do it by ourselves. That's why we need help, a positive friend, family. You can reach out to me. I will put you to work out from home with dumbbells, and you are going to feel much better. Trust me. Practice a hobby. This is the thing. Stress, sometimes we keep overthinking. That is not healthy, my friends. That is not healthy. Worriness. A worry is an invented stress that might happen in the future, but usually never happen. But we worry all the time. Worry and stress, the same, all right? So keep your mind away from that overthinking. Keep your mind away from that stress and worriness. How? By doing something with your hands. Yes, practice a hobby, art, gardening, playing music, play guitar, do crafting. Once you start doing something with your hands, that overthinking will go away, because hopefully will go away. Some people need more practice than others, but you are more focused in what you're doing with your hands than overthinking. Just give it a try. And one of the best ways to combat stress is with physical activity. Either, to me, is weightlifting. Some people would be walking, the meditation walking. Besides, you have to walk and get the 8,000 to 10,000 steps. Don't forget that. Or ride a bike, or do something, or go for dance, do Zumba. I don't know. Find something that is enjoyable for you. That is one of the best ways to combat stress. Okay. The stress, of course, stress is not easy to manage. Some people need professional help. What I have shared with you is a few strategies that just give it a try. You might feel that it's working for you without the help of a professional yet, but none of that work. Okay, you might have to go and visit a professional. Okay, my friends, almost done. The 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule means that try to do your best 80% of the time, and 20% leave room for mishaps, right? If you don't remember anything that we have done during these 4 weeks, just remember, try to get healthy eating options 80% of the time, and leave only 20% for, indulgements, all right? But don't do it the opposite way, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Or maybe you focus in the areas that give you the most challenges, all right? Could be, I don't know, could be alcohol, could be the sugar addiction, could be that you cannot sleep well at night, could be your stress level. Concentrate on that first, because if you don't take care of that first, how everything else is gonna fall in place. Trust me, if you control that, your weight is gonna be more manageable. Now, the last portion of the overnight intermittent fasting This is for advanced, okay? If you are in the 1410, that would be the most manageable. The 1410 is the one that you can keep for a long time, okay? The 1410. 16.8 is the advanced, means that from 16 hours, you don't need anything. Liquids are fine, like coffee, tea. Well, coffee in the morning. Don't get coffee at night or you will not be able to sleep. Coffee in the morning, green tea, warm lemon water, electrolyte water. This is the one that you stop eating at 7 p.m. and you have the first meal at 11 a.m. I know it's a long time, but with practice, anything is possible. Okay, just give it a try. I know it's a long time. That's what I said. Once you pass this week, and in week 5, you want to keep going with intermittent fasting, the 1410 would be the way to go. Okay, just give it a try. I will not go into the benefit of intermittent fasting, but you already know that is mainly to avoid the snacking late night, mainly is to stabilize the blood sugar, and mainly is to let the body reset. The body is metabolizing all day because we eat, and drink all day long. So finally, the body will have the time to put everything back together. And also, if the body needs energy, we'll tap into fat for energy. Okay, conclusion. What is the short-term goal? That you stick around for 4 weeks. Kudos, you did it. I'm proud of you, okay? So in 4 weeks, you already learned a lot, hopefully. Or maybe it's a refresher for you. If you have done this in my previous weight loss challenges, this is going to be a refresher for you. We all need refreshers. The long term is to slow and steady wins the race, right? Don't rush it. Don't rush it. We are doing this for longevity, or for some of you, would be for a long run. So the point is, if you need to do this 4-week cycle again for the second time, just go for it. What is the problem? You have nothing to lose but unhealthy weight, right? And if you have to do it a third time, what is the problem? What is the rush? All right? Do it as many times this 4-week cycle as necessary. The repetition will create muscle memory. Once you have this in your mind, it becomes second nature. You don't have to do this anymore. You are going in the right path for long term. It's going to be, remember, what we do is for longevity. We don't do anything to acquire fast results. We do this for a long run, okay? Because the outcome is to stay or get slim, and toned for longevity. Remember, when advanced age, we are going to need those muscles and get those bones strong, right? So you do this for a long, if this happened before, it's a plus. Otherwise, just go for a long run. Don't rush it. And then, of course, setbacks will happen. It's part of the process and it's natural. Just don't blame others. Take responsibility. Put a stop. Push the reset button and get back on track and keep going. No big deal. And the last part, promise this is the last one. Just remember, ask for help. A friend, a positive friend, a family member, or me. Remember, I am your sidekick during your entire weight loss journey. You can always contact me. Be realistic. Again, don't, if it took you 1 to 2 years to gain all the extra weight, why are you going to try to lose it in a month or 2? It's unrealistic, right? Give yourself time. Maybe 20 pounds, you want to lose 20 pounds, give yourself 20 weeks. If it happened before, it's a plus. Otherwise, what is the problem? Just slow and steady wins the race. You go at your own pace. Recognize progress. Even if the scale doesn't move, don't worry. You just keep going. Maybe the progress was that you gave up something that was making you gain all this weight. I mean, it could be sodas, could be the craving for cookies at night, could be, I don't know, the ice cream, I don't know, or maybe an extra drink at night. Something that you have gave up, okay, that's a progress. So give yourself that and keep moving forward. Celebrate the non-scale victories. What that would be? Well, guess what? The body transformation is not, the proof is not on the scale. Why? Because let's say that you start lifting weights, the muscle has weight, right? You shrink, right? You lose fat, but you build muscle. On the scale, the number is going to be the same. But wait a sec, when you try new clothes, it's going to fit better. Ladies, I always say, try to find or buy a new dress that is 2 sizes less, or a pair of jeans that is 2 sizes less, and try it on, try it on, try it on. If you are doing the right thing, following my instructions, eventually you are going to fit better in those jeans or that dress. When that happens, buy another dress 2 sizes less and keep repeating that, okay? So don't follow the scale. The scale is just to be aware where we are with our weight. But if we are doing the right thing, and the scale doesn't move, don't worry. That's the body transformation. You are shrinking, but you are building lean muscles. That has weight, but the clothes are fitting better, right? Or maybe the other celebration could be that you feel with more energy. Yeah, you get tired less now because you are eating healthy, you are walking more, you are lifting weights, you feel more energetic and more energetic and stronger. And due to all of that, you are sleeping better. Those are the things that you have to celebrate, okay? Now, stop comparing yourself to others. That's a tough one, right? Everybody is different. Everybody is different with different metabolisms. So don't get frustrated because such and such lost more weight than you during our 4-week weight loss challenge. Don't do that because everybody has different metabolism. You have one unique race to run. Make it yours. Don't worry about anybody else's races. You have one race to run. Concentrate on your own race and keep moving forward, but don't ever compare yourself to anybody else, okay? And if you haven't done it yet, remember that you can book a complimentary personal training session with me where I will teach you how to lift weights from home. You only need a set of dumbbells and we can meet like now. If I point the camera down, it's my mat and a set of dumbbells. I can show you how to work from home and build muscles if you are a busy person, okay? Now, thank you for your time. It has been a pleasure sharing all this information with you. But please, keep me posted with your progress. And hopefully I can see a couple of before and after pictures. And if you need help, don't hesitate to contact me. This is my vocation. This is the thing that I've been doing for many years, more than 25 years. And this is the thing that I'm going to be done. If God keeps blessing me with health, I'm going to be doing this until the day I go to the other side. Okay, so please, don't hesitate to contact me. I am your sidekick during your entire weight loss journey. Okay, thank you again, and have a great day.